Cartoon cat. Imagine you're closing up an abandoned shopping mall at 2 a.m. with a coworker. The fluorescent lights hum, half of them dead. Nothing but empty stores and dust. Suddenly you hear laughter echoing from the food court. Cheerful, childlike, wrong. You both freeze, thinking it's just an echo playing tricks. Then the laughter starts repeating your own words back to you, perfectly mimicked. You realize something in here has been listening the whole time. Your coworker whispers, "Don't run, it wants you to run." Without saying a word, everyone backs slowly toward the exit, because that wasn't just an echo, it was Cartoon Cat, created by Trevor Henderson. Looking at this image, Cartoon Cat resembles a 1930s rubber hose cartoon character, stretched over something that shouldn't exist. Its height is estimated to be over 10 feet when fully upright. Its grin measures nearly the width of its entire face. The most terrifying part is that it's considered by fans one of the most powerful entities in the whole mythos. Some say it may not even be fully physical. To survive Cartoon Cat, never react to sounds that mimic people. Don't acknowledge its jokes or laughter even if you're scared, because engaging with it is what draws its attention in the first place. If you've made it this far, like and subscribe. Siren Head. Imagine you're camping deep in the forest with two friends. The fire crackles, the night is calm, crickets everywhere. Suddenly you hear a radio broadcast playing faintly from somewhere in the trees. You'd laugh it off, thinking someone nearby left a speaker on. Then the broadcast shifts into your friend's voice, calling for help from a totally different direction. You realize your friend is still sitting right next to you. Your friend whispers, "That's not me." Don't look at IT. Without saying another word, everyone kills the fire and stays dead still. Because that wasn't just a radio, it was Siren Head, created by Trevor Henderson. Looking at this image, Siren Head resembles a towering metal frame with two siren horns fused where a head should be. Its height is estimated to be around 40 feet tall. Its voice range measures far enough to mimic sounds from over a mile away. The most terrifying part is that it doesn't hunt by sight. It studies human voices and cries for help just to lure you closer. To survive Siren Head, never follow a voice you hear in the woods, even if it sounds exactly like someone you love. Move away from open fields and stick to dense cover, because the moment you respond to the sound, it already knows exactly where you are. If you've made it this far, like and subscribe. Long Horse. Imagine you're driving down an empty back road at dusk with your sister. The radio plays static, the fields stretch endlessly on both sides. Suddenly, the car stalls out for no reason in the middle of nowhere. You both panic, thinking it's just a dead battery. Then something impossibly tall steps out from the tree line and simply stands there, watching the road ahead. You realize it isn't looking at you. It's looking at what's coming. Your sister whispers, "It's not here for us." Without saying anything else, everyone stays perfectly still in the car. Because that wasn't just a random shape, it was Longhorse, created by Trevor Henderson. Looking at this image, Longhorse resembles a skeletal horse-like figure with an impossibly elongated neck. Its body height is estimated to be around 15 feet. Its neck alone can extend far beyond that, reportedly stretching for dozens of feet. The most terrifying part is that, unlike most entities in this mythos, it's believed to appear as a warning. Its presence often means something far worse is approaching. To survive an encounter with Longhorse, don't panic or try to flee immediately. Pay attention to where it's facing, since that direction is rarely safe. Because Longhorse itself typically isn't the threat. Ignoring its warning is. If you've made it this far, like and subscribe. The Fencer. Imagine you're exploring an old basement with a friend during an urban exploration trip. Dust covers everything, old furniture stacked against the walls. Suddenly you hear a rhythmic metallic tapping coming from deeper in the dark. You brush it off, assuming it's just pipes settling. Then the tapping speeds up, moving in a pattern too precise to be random. You realize it sounds like footsteps counting a rhythm, closing the distance. Your friend whispers, "Don't run in a straight line." Without saying another word, everyone splits toward different exit, because that wasn't just settling pipes, it was The Fencer, created by Trevor Henderson. Looking at this image, The Fencer resembles a gaunt, blade-thin humanoid figure with an eerily calm, calculated stance. Its height is estimated to be around 6 to 7 feet. Its limbs measure unnaturally long and thin, built more for precision than power. The most terrifying part is that it doesn't attack in a frenzy like most creatures. It studies your movement first, like an opponent in a duel. To survive The Fencer, never move in predictable pattern. Change direction constantly and avoid narrow corridors, because it thrives on reading your next move before you make it. If you've made it this far, like and subscribe. Bridgeworm. Imagine you're walking across an old steel bridge at night with a coworker after your car broke down. The wind rattles the railings, water rushes below. Suddenly, part of the bridge structure seems to shift slightly under your feet. You assume it's just old, worn-out metal. Then you notice the beams above you have been slowly curling inward the whole time. You realize the bridge itself has been alive the entire walk. Your coworker whispers, "Don't stop walking." Without saying a word, everyone speeds toward the other side. Because that wasn't just old infrastructure, it was Bridgeworm, created by Trevor Henderson. Looking at this image, Bridgeworm resembles a massive segmented creature that camouflages itself as bridge scaffolding. Its length is estimated to stretch the entire span of a full bridge, sometimes hundreds of feet. Its individual segments measure large enough to be mistaken for steel support beams. The most terrifying part is that it can stay motionless for so long that entire towns cross over it daily without ever realizing. To survive Bridgeworm, avoid stopping or leaning on bridge structures at night. Watch for beams or cables that seem slightly out of place, because standing still for too long is what triggers it to move. If you've made it this far, like and subscribe. Cartoon dog. Imagine you're taking a shortcut through an alley behind an old factory with your roommate. Rain drips off broken gutters, distant traffic hum. Suddenly you hear panting and scratching coming from a dumpster nearby. You figure it's just a stray dog looking for. Then the panting turns into something closer to laughing, low and distorted. You realize whatever's in there isn't afraid of you at all. Your roommate whispers, "Don't make eye contact with it." Without saying anything else, everyone walks backward out of the alley. Because that wasn't just a stray animal, it was Cartoon Dog, created by Trevor Henderson. Looking at this image, Cartoon Dog resembles a warped, rubber hose-style cartoon character with an unsettling grin stretched too wide. Its height is estimated to be around 8 to 10 feet when standing upright. Its jaw measures capable of opening far beyond normal proportion. The most terrifying part is that, much like its counterpart, it doesn't just attack, it seems to enjoy prolonging the fear before anything happens. To survive Cartoon Dog, avoid any alleys or dead-end spaces after dark. Don't run if you hear it behind you. Sudden movement excites it further because panic is exactly the reaction it's looking for. If you've made it this far, like and subscribe. Whole house? Imagine you're house hunting in a quiet suburban neighborhood with your partner. The listing seemed too good. Huge yard, low price, empty street. Suddenly you notice a large, perfectly round hole in the middle of the backyard. You assume it's just an old, unfilled construction pit. Then you hear a voice call your name calmly from somewhere inside it. You realize nobody told the voice your name. Your partner whispers, "Do not walk near the edge." Without saying another word, everyone backs toward the car. Because that wasn't just a hole, it was Whole House, created by Trevor Henderson. Looking at this image, Whole House resembles an ordinary suburban home, built entirely around a bottomless pit, with a humanoid figure said to dwell inside it. Its depth is estimated to be unmeasurable with no confirmed bottom. Its voice range measures able to reach anyone standing near the property line. The most terrifying part is that it doesn't chase you. It waits patiently for curiosity to bring you closer on its own. To survive Whole House, never approach the edge of any unexplained pit or opening. Ignore any voice calling from below ground, even if it knows your name, because the hole only becomes dangerous once you look inside. If you've made it this far, like and subscribe. The man with the upside-down face. Imagine you're walking home late from a night shift through a quiet residential street. Porch lights flicker, dogs bark somewhere far off. Suddenly you spot a tall figure standing under a street lamp up ahead. You assume it's just another late-night pedestrian. Then you notice its face is inverted, upside down on its neck, staring straight at you. You realize it hasn't blinked since you first saw it. A voice in your head whispers, "Don't cross the street." Without saying a word, you keep walking at the exact same pace. Because that wasn't just a strange pedestrian, it was the man with the upside-down face, created by Trevor Henderson. Looking at this image, the man with the upside-down face resembles an ordinary human figure, except for a face that has been completely flipped in place. Its height is estimated to be around 7 feet tall. Its stare measures able to be felt from across an entire street. The most terrifying part is that it's considered one of the older, more calculating entities in the mythos, patient enough to watch for long stretches before ever making a move. To survive the man with the upside-down face, never change your pace or route when you spot it. Avoid direct eye contact for more than a second, because any sudden change in your behavior is what signals it to follow. If you've made it this far, like and subscribe.